A very good morning to everyone gathered here. On behalf of the Academy of Maritime Education and Training, deemed to be university, and the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, myself J. Padmapriya, Assistant Professor, welcomes all the dignitaries, academicians, scientists, researchers, and other organizational members who have been brought together for the International Conference on Innovations and Research in Marine, Electrical and Electronics Engineering 2021. I would like to take benefit of this occasion to convey our greetings to our Honourable Chancellor Dr.J. Ramachandran, acclaimed Pro-Chancellor Dr. Rajesh Ramachandran, Honourable Vice Chancellor Colonel Dr.G. Thiruvasagam, respected Registrar Dr. M. Jayaprakashvel, and eminent Joint Registrar Mrs. Sangeeta Alvin. We are grateful to the dignitaries for extending their enormous support in organizing this conference. Academy of Maritime Education and Training, deemed to be university, was established in the year of 1993 and it's the first deemed to be university for maritime education, training and research. Our university offers 15 undergraduate programs, 6 postgraduate programs, more than 14 doctoral disciplines and many technical maritime courses. I'm proud to convey that this conference provides a forum for practicing professional, academicians, researchers to exchange the latest innovations and research advancements in the areas of next generation automated ships, marine electrical and control systems, marine electronics and navigation systems, and other applications to maritime industry. The conference will include plenary sessions and invited talks from eminent researchers on the state of the art in related areas. This makes an interaction among researchers, manufacturers, scientists, and new entrepreneurs around the world. With that note, no further delay.
With that note, no further delay, the session initiates with a Tamil Thai.
அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திரும்பியந்து செய்ய மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
I take this opportunity to welcome all the dignitaries, participants, scholars, faculty members, students of AMET and other institutions to this international conference. I extend my pleasing welcome to Dr. T. Sasilata, Professor and Dean, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Welcome, Madam. I now invite you to welcome the gathering.
Honourable Chancellor Dr. J. Ramachandran, Honourable Vice Chancellor Col.Dr.G.Thiruvasagam, respected Registrar Dr. Jayaprakashvel, Joint Registrar Madam Sangeeta Alvin, distinguished Chief Guest Dr. Gurdeep S Hura Professor, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, USA, Guest of Honor Dr. Karl, Director of Academic Computing, Keynote Speaker Dr. Nilesh Kalani from Rajkot, most respected keynote speakers, other speakers, respected principal, vice principal, deans and heads of the departments, directors, faculty members, participants from various esteemed organizations, and my dear students. Very good morning to all. I am much honored to welcome all the dignitaries for the 2 days international conference on innovations and research in marine, electrical and electronics engineering 2021. Our AMET deemed to be university is the first maritime university in India, located in the east coast road of Chennai, Tamil Nadu, imparts quality education of international standards to students of both marine and non-marine sectors. This conference is being organized by the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Academy of Maritime Education and Training, deemed University Chennai, in association with the professional societies such as IEEE Student Chapter and the Institution of Engineers India. I feel honored to say that the participants registered in this conference are from different parts of our country and abroad. I'm very happy to welcome you all for the 2 days International Conference on Innovations and Research in Marine, Electrical and Electronics Engineering 2021. The main objective of conducting this particular conference is to create a forum for the students, scholars of both marine and non-marine sectors, researchers, practicing professionals across the world to interact with each other and provide solutions for the challenging issues in maritime industries. The outcome of the conference not only identifies the problems faced by today's maritime industry, but also to propose or suggest ways to mitigate these problems. This will have a very big impact on maritime industries. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to extend my gratitude to our Honourable Chancellor and visionary leader, Dr. J. Ramachandran, who presides this 2 days international conference. On behalf of the organizing committee and Department of IEEE, I welcome our Chancellor, Dr. J. Ramachandran. Welcome, sir. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our Honourable Vice Chancellor, Col.Dr.G.Thiruvasagam, who is the sculpture of excellence and source of inspiration and motivation for all of us. On behalf of our Department of IEEE, faculty and students, I welcome you, sir. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the Chief Guest, Dr. Gurdeep S Hura Professor, Department of Mathematics and Science, USA. Welcome, sir. I welcome the other keynote speaker and the guest of honor, Dr. Karl, Director of Academic Computing, the University of Texas at Dalus, USA. Welcome, Dr. Karl. On this occasion, I welcome our Registrar, Dr. M. Jayaprakashvale, Dr. Joint Registrar Madam Sagita Alvin for our conference. I welcome all the keynote speakers, Dr. Nilesh Kalani, Dean, Faculty of Technology, RK University, Rajkot, India. Welcome, Dr. Nilesh Kalani. I welcome the other speakers, Dr. John from University of Leicester, UK, Dr. VH Sudanda, Dean, Faculty of Information Technology, University of Moratwa, Sri Lanka, Dr. Gaurav Shekhar, Program Director, University of Texas at Dallas, USA, Dr. Tavisak, Professor and Head, King, Mongoose University of Technology, Thailand, and Dr. Vinay Kumar Chandra, Principal, Jaipur Engineering College and Research Center, Jaipur, India. I welcome the Principal of DGS Courses, Professor Bhuvani Bhaskaran, Vice Principal, Captain Karthik, Deans and Directors, Heads of the Departments, Coordinators of this event, faculty members, participants from various organizations. Hope this conference will provide ample opportunities in the field of renewable energy technologies, artificial intelligence, soft computing, robotics, automation, and offshore engineering. Once again, I welcome you all for the 2 days international conference on marine, electrical, and electronics engineering. Welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your warm welcome. We believe passionately in the power of ideas to change attitudes, lives, and ultimately the globe. This conference focuses on cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence and soft computing, sustainable energy technologies, robotics and marine automation, ICT technologies for renewable energy, and so on. As an outcome, we received around 200 articles, and it has been scrutinized to 120 with a contribution of peer reviewers across the globe, which paves way for unique crossroads for a diverse community of researchers, developers, creators, practitioners, and educators. At this juncture, I feel privileged in welcoming our Honourable Chancellor, Dr. J. Ramachandran, who presides the session. I owe you, sir, for gracing this auspicious occasion with your august presence. You have always been our constant pillar of support and strength. Your presence is assured in our endeavors. Sir, I humbly invite you to deliver the presidential address.
Thank you. Dear Vice Chancellor, Dr. Thiruvasagam, the Chief Guest, Dr. Gurdeep S Hura Professor, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, USA, Guest of Honor, Dr. Karl, Director of Academic Computing, the University of Texas at Dallas, USA, other keynote speakers from India and abroad. Organizers of the conference, very good morning to all. I am delighted that the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Amet University, is organizing an international conference on innovation and research in marine electrical and electronics engineering during 17th and 18th June 2021. Many speakers from India and abroad are participating and delivering keynote address in the international conference to address the innovations and research in marine electrical and electronics engineering. I am glad to welcome all the guests, Dr. Gurdeep Hura, Dr. Karl, Dr. John Paniselvam, Dr. B.H. Sudanta, Dr. Gaurav Shekhar, Dr. Tavisa, Dr. Nilesh Kalani, Dr. Vinay Kumar Chandana, and the other faculty of our Amet institution. Present day technology related to ships and shipping, like all fields of engineering, is under a rapid progress. IMO has been framing policies and developing capacity building programs to reduce the emission from the shipping industry. IMO has successfully launched regulations aimed at the reduction of nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides. Significant progress also has been made in implementing them and achieving the reduction process. With the introduction of the maritime regulations, which call for a reduction in the emissions from the ships and vessels, and the developments in sector like energy storage and clean energy, the adoption of cleaner propulsion options on board becomes inevitable. The maritime industry is part of the transportation sector, which is responsible for 14% of the global GHGs, making it the fourth biggest sector in emissions globally. Although ships are thought to be some of the biggest polluters, the maritime transport of goods is a relatively clean form of transportation with advanced technology. New IMO cybersecurity regulations are on the horizon. Starting January 1, 2021, safety management systems will need to document compliance, risk assessments, standard cybersecurity, operating procedures, education and training are all requirements that need to be addressed. The next generation of shipping leaders is focused on sustainability, diversity, technological solutions, and environmental stewardship. They are sophisticated about finance and practical about operations. They are highly educated with diverse backgrounds, have a love for the industry, and understands its uniqueness. New digital technologies like artificial intelligence, software as a service, and autonomy are right around the bend. The industry is...
Thank you, sir. Your words of wisdom have enlightened the group. Then I'd like to extend my warm welcome to our Honourable Vice Chancellor, Col.Dr.G. Thiruvasagam, who's been the beacon of light. We are grateful for your consistent support and encouragement in all the footsteps we take. Undoubtedly, your presence has graced the occasion. Sir, I invite you to deliver the inaugural address.
Yeah, good morning to every one of you. Good morning. Honorable Founder and Chancellor of Amet University, Dr. J. Ramachandran, beloved Registrar Dr. J. Prakashvel, and Joint Registrar Mrs. Sangeeta Albin, respected Dean, Academic and Curriculum Development, and Head of the Department of EEE, Dr. Sasilata, participating experts, Dr. Gurdeep Hura from University of Maryland, USA, Dr. Karl from University of Texas, USA, other experts from USA, UK, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and expert speakers from India. Most importantly, the participants from different parts of India and abroad. First of all, I should register my appreciation to Dr. Sasilata for having made this international conference as really an international conference by inviting 8 learned experts from the universities of abroad. It is the first time in the history of AMET, 8 academic and research experts from international universities are taking part today. The Department of IEEE deserves our compliments and congratulations. Moreover, the Department of IEEE always pioneered in introducing many innovative programs and activities, which includes this international conference on innovations and research in marine electrical and electronic engineering. Dear participants, the topmost innovation in marine electrical and electronic engineering is autonomous shipping. I would like to share a few of my remarks on autonomous shipping. Autonomous shipping is the future of maritime industry. As disruptive as the smartphone, the smart ship will revolutionize the landscape of ship design and operations. Even though we might be years or even decades away from the majority of vessels become autonomous, there are certainly artificial intelligence, algorithms, and electronics at work today. A fully autonomous ship would be considered a vessel that can operate on its own without a crew. Remote ships are those that are operated by a human from shore, and an automated ship runs software that manages its movements. As the technology matures, more types of ships will likely to transition from being manned to having some autonomous capabilities. As per the recent report of IMO, International Maritime Organization, there is also an inland electric container ship, Air Birk Land, under construction that is expected to be completed in 2021 and fully autonomous by 2022. Some companies are building fully autonomous ships from scratch, while others starts up and developing semi-autonomous systems to be used on existing vessels. When Rolls-Royce sold its autonomous maritime division to Kongsberg, it gave the Norwegian company a boost in its goal of being a leader in the autonomous shipping industry. Samsung is another company that uses machine learning, augmented reality, analytics, and more to create a smart shipping platform through its Samsung Heavy Industrial Division. Thanks to the intervention of technological advancement in ship construction, we have created a simulated autonomous ship control system which will be connected to a satellite communication links as well as land-based systems. This will allow us to explore the behavior of the complete system. A ship's ability to monitor its own health, establish and communicate what is around it, and make decisions based on that information is vital to the development of autonomous operations. Another interesting development in the making use of the current technology is the shipping industry is growing in confidence at artificial intelligence technologies capacity to run processes at the container terminals and expects it to play a big role in operation in the near future. It has been proved that artificial intelligence is a major technology in the autonomous shipping. Artificial intelligence would be involved in atomic processes at the terminals, such as container handling equipment assignments, that is 81%, decking systems, that is also 81%, recommended actions, 69%, predicting gate volume, 59%, and stowage of vessels, 52%. Approximately 56% said they were either trialing technologies or carrying out research into artificial intelligence capabilities. However, there is some way to get yet to just 11% confirmed they were already using artificial intelligence in some capacity in terminal operations. With these words of my remarks and observation, I am confident that the outcome of this international conference would be of great help, not only to the academicians, but also to the people involved in maritime industries. I am extremely delighted to inaugurate this international conference. Wish you all best of luck. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your remarkable delivery. Our aspiration is to contribute and build the cutting-edge technologies, and we have set the process in motion by establishing the proceedings of an international conference on innovations and research in marine, electrical, and electronics engineering 2021. We are proud to publicize the proceedings in this platform.
Thank you, team. I extend my cordial welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Gurdeep S Hura Professor, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, USA. Dr. Hura has worked in various renowned universities such as Wright State University, USA, Nanyang Technology University, Singapore, University of Idaho, and West Virginia University Institute of Technology. Currently, he is an external member of many PhD committees. We are thankful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation to share your expertise. Sir, I now invite you to deliver the chief guest address.
Good morning, Honorable Chancellor Dr. Ramachandran, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Thiruvasagam, and a special thanks to Dr. Sasilata for inviting me to participate in the conference. It gives me a great honor to present Chief Guest Address at International Virtual Conference on Innovations and Research in Marine, Electrical, and Electronics Engineering, ICIRMEE 2021, conducted by the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Academy of Maritime Education and Training, AMAT, deemed to be university. I must congratulate the management and the faculty of EEE for taking such a prestigious initiative of bringing researchers and scientists from around the world to share their innovations, new ideas, concepts, and technologies with all of us. There are a number of technical sessions in the conference. These are technologies for the renewable energy, communication and computing, AI and soft computing, sustainable energy technologies, robotics and marine automation, power electronics and drives, marine and offshore engineering. The Academy of Maritime Education and Training, deemed to be university, is the first university in India that is providing the marine related activities as mentioned by the previous speaker for 3 areas: education, training, and research. I was also told that this is the first university of India which is a member of International Association of Marine Universities. And also I was going through the website, and it is mentioned that the university is trying to establish itself as a hub or center point to provide this solution for all these marine activities around the globe by 2024. And that's a very remarkable, that would be a remarkable achievement. And I'm pretty sure with this conference, you will see a number of scientists, researchers around the world are going to share number of innovations, new ideas that would be helpful to you to make your dream a reality. All these technical sessions, in one way or the other, provide useful technologies that can make maritime industries sustainable and efficient. As we all know that shipping has become a backbone of the globalization and the intercontinent routes. Maritime industry connects all the continents of the world for carrying commodities and goods. Around 90% of the world trade is carried through ships, and it plays a very important role in the world economy. Last few years, we have seen a number of problems that are making this industry to be in a bad condition. And some of the problems which I was able to get from the literature are as follows. Again, list is not complete, but these are some of the problems the marine industry is going to face. And we are also trying to see how we can overcome some of these problems. And these are the problems which marine industry is right now facing. One is a political uncertainty, low cargo rates, low demand and oversupply, security threat, International Convention of Safety of Life at Sea compliance, environmental regulations, labor dispute, hazards, number of categories of the hazards. One is a weather, geographic, and technology. Geopolitical changes is another one. We have seen problems with the Persian Gulf, Middle East, and lately we have seen a big trade war between China and United States. And the International Maritime Organization is also having their own regulations, and in their white paper they mentioned that they would like to reduce the carbon emission by 50% by 2050, which is a kind of very smart way of handling the situation. And we hope that we all can work together to see that 50% of the carbon emission can be reduced by 2050. Now we have seen some growing interest in cleaner fuels such as LNG, LPG, and MGO, and biofuels. And there are some challenges from the technical side as well. We are connecting a variety of devices, so we need to have some kind of network. And thanks to Internet of the Things, IoT, which allows us to connect different devices so that we can communicate with each other. Robotics, unmanned vessels, as mentioned by Vice Chancellor. People are also using some AI techniques to see if we can provide the good services to the customer. At the same time, the arrival departure time of the ships can be controlled. Big data analytics is another big issue which we have to face one way or the other, because we are collecting a huge amount of the data from weather, from other uncertainty things, and then we have to find out what is the best possible solution we can use for our industry. Cloud computing is another one which is forcing all these shipping giants to spend a lot of money to see that we can use these technologies in a proper way. And we are also getting threat from the global trade growth as well. And we definitely have to work on to make sure that we can provide the sustainability and efficiency to this marine industry. There is another problem, technical problem, which is a maritime privacy and terrorism. And we have got two types of terrorism. One, of course, is the armed robbery, and second is the attacks we are getting through the hackers. So we have got what we call as a cyber attacks, which is also creating a problem. So I hope that with the help of these 2 days for the researchers, we are going to see large number of new innovations and also the concept, which can also help us to see that we can address some of these problems, and hopefully some of these problems can diminish. So with that, I would like to convey my best wishes to all the participants of the conference, and I hope the conference will be very useful and productive as new ideas and future technologies are going to emerge in these 2 days. And I think that is going to help AMAT to make sure that they can become a real hub that will provide the solution to all these marine related activities around the world, not only within India, but around the world by 2024. With that, I stop here, and thank you very much for giving this opportunity to share my address with the participant. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful speech. This would have eliminated the participants. I would like to extend my hearty welcome to our guest of honor, Dr. Karl Ho, Director of Academic Computing, the University of Texas at Dallas, USA, an idol of knowledge and experience. He is a political scientist holding a doctorate from the University of North Texas, working at the intersection of data science and social science. Dr. Karl Ho is a founding faculty member of the UTD Social Data Analytics and Research Master Program and host of the Data Analytics Colloquium, a joint project with the National Chung Sing University. We are glad that you have accepted our invite to share your proficiency. Sir, I now invite you to address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you. You can hear me? Okay. I want to thank you, Chancellor Professor Dr. Ramachandran, and also the Vice Chancellor, Colonel Dr.G.Thiruvasagam, and also Professor Gurdeep S Hura. And this is really an honor. And I'm invited to this two-day conference and see the program. This is so well organized. There's a lot of promising research and studies to be presented in this two-day conference. I think this is really a great opportunity to all these talented scholars and academicians, and then they can mingle and then they can come up with great and innovative ideas. So I am really pleased that and I'm not, even though I'm not an engineer major, I have a chance to participate in this conference and also to present my research and also some of my ideas from a perspective of a data scientist. And data science is becoming prevalent in United States and going basically all disciplines. So on one hand, we are moving data science education to disciplines like social sciences, political science, even in humanities. On the other hand, data science also become a very important tool and training for engineering, natural science majors, mathematics majors, and also computer science. So why data science is so important to engineers or engineers to be? So in the first place, engineering is to invent and to innovate. So data science is to predict based on data. So the two actually could be good partners in doing the next generation innovations. So engineers are good at precisions and innovations and making things happen. But data science can provide abundant amount of data to really support the design, implementation, and also the inventing of the next generation tools and technologies. So the two actually, if they combine, and will make much more innovative and new ideas for the next century and next generation. Now, I particularly had a message for students and scholars from India. Now, India is becoming one of the most important countries in the world, not just in the region, but in the world. Recently, the United States Congress and the President have been highlighting the importance of India, not just because of the location of India in the Indo-Pacific area, but most importantly, we see the largest pool of talents coming from the nation of India, particularly the engineers. And you have quite a bunch of smart people in your population. Then, so you play a very important role in this new century. Then, and I impose upon myself to bring to you the latest innovations and developments in data science. Hopefully, these new technologies can be of some inspirations and also ideas, sparks for the engineers to come up with the really even more advanced technologies coming from India, scholars and students in India. And also I want to highlight the importance of the geopolitical location of India in the Indo-Pacific. Particularly now we see the recent trade conflict with the United States and China, and also the aggressive new plans of China going to move beyond Asia and reaching out to Central Asia, South Asia, and even Eastern Europe. So that highlights the importance of India and to play a role in leading other countries to have a more balanced balance of power in not just in the region, and build stronger partnership and alliance with other countries like Australia, United States, and Japan to safeguard and provide the security for the region, and played a global leader in innovations and security. Now, I'm going to give a talk to interact to engineers. My title, my track will be on communication and computing. I title my talk call it social data computing. So I want to introduce to the engineers, particularly the maritime engineers, the importance of the big data, primarily coming from social data. And we talk about the social data becoming constitute the main pillar of big data. How we and also the engineers can take advantage and leverage on the building and advances of big data, particularly the social data, to help with the innovation, engineering of the next generation technology. Then this is something I really like to bring to attention to our future engineers and also engineering scholars, and how we can combine the technologies in data science and with the advent of social data, then bring to the next generation of engineering, particularly maritime engineering. I think I use up my time now, and without further ado, I really want to say thank you for inviting me over. I really look forward to a meeting and mingling with the talented scholars and students in this conference. I want to congratulate the organizers in successfully doing this conference. I think I missed Dr. Latha. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. I tried to learn from you how to pronounce all the names, and also learn from all these panels and this conference, and from these great ideas and from the talented scholars and students. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking speech by emphasizing the significance of technology in this generation. I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks to our Honourable Chancellor Dr.J. Ramachandran, Honourable Vice Chancellor Col.Dr.G.Thiruvasagam, for spending your valuable time from your busy schedule to grace this conference. And I extend my sincere thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Gurdeep S Hura, Professor in the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, USA, and Dr. Karl, Director of Academic Computing, the University of Texas at Dallas, USA, for sharing their expertise. I convey my sincere thanks to Dr. Gaurav Shekhar, Program Director and Assistant Professor of Instruction, the University of Texas at Dallas, USA, and Dr. Tavisak Ingtonsuk, Professor and Head, King Mongkut's University of Technology, Thailand, for joining with us. Also, I'd like to thank the other keynote speakers, Professor D.H. Sudanta, Dean, Faculty of Information and Technology in the University of Moratuwa, Sri Lanka, Dr. John Paneerselvam, Lecturer in Informatics, University of Leicester, United Kingdom, and Dr. Vinay Kumar Channa, Principal in Jaipur Engineering College and Research Center, Jaipur, and Dr. Nilesh Kalani, Dean, Faculty of Technology in RK University, Rajkot. I extend my sincere gratitude to all the participants from various organizations, faculty, and students. Thank you, dignitaries, and thank you, one and all.